Have you ever looked at your mum and seen a glimpse of the young woman she once was? This is her story, our story, in a small, humble home filled with more love than possessions. A mother raises her son. The years fly by like pages in a book. One moment she's a young mother, her hands guiding his first steps, her voice singing lullabies in the warm, gentle light. The next, her hair is silver, her face etched with the beautiful lines of a life dedicated to him. Yet her eyes still hold that same unwavering love. Time may change her appearance, but the heart of a mother remains constant, a timeless anchor in the sea of life. It's a love story that's written in every wrinkle, every smile, and every sacrifice. Cherish these moments, for they are the most precious story of all. Thanks for watching. In a world of fleeting moments, some images etch themselves into our souls forever. Picture this, a woman, her world shattered, holding her young son tightly. Beside them, a figure lies still, shrouded in white. The air is thick with a grief so profound, words dare not break the silence. Her face, a mask of sorrow, mirrors the confusion in her child's eyes. This isn't just a scene of loss. It's the quiet, heartbreaking beginning of a new, uncertain chapter. The world has gone dark, the path ahead is invisible, and all she has is the small hand clutching hers, a silent promise in the midst of despair. But the human spirit is a resilient thing. From the ashes of that sorrow, a warrior emerges. We see the same woman, her face now etched with lines of exhaustion, but her eyes hold a universe of hope. She is no longer just a widow. She is a mother, a father, a provider, a protector. We see her under the harsh factory lights, her hands working tirelessly. Then, under the soft glow of a street lamp, she's scrubbing floors, every motion fueled by the thought of her son. Day bleeds into night, and night into day. Her clothes are simple, her meals are rushed, but her purpose is unwavering. She is building a future, one sacrifice at a time. Her love is a fortress, shielding her son from the harsh realities she faces alone. She is the unseen hero in his life story, the silent force propelling him forward. Every drop of her sweat is a stepping stone for his dreams. Every sleepless night is a prayer for his bright tomorrow. This is the story of a mother's sacrifice, a love so powerful it can conquer even the darkest of nights. It's a reminder that behind every successful person, there is often a story of immense unspoken sacrifice. It's the story of a mother's undying love. Thank you for watching. Hey everyone, have you ever noticed how the relationship we have with our parents changes as we grow up? One moment, we're kids clinging to their hands, and the next, we're teenagers, and then adults, seemingly worlds apart. I saw a series of images recently that really hit me hard. It started with a picture of a little boy, maybe 5 or 6, looking up at his mum with pure adoration, holding her hand so tightly. It was a beautiful, simple moment of connection. But then, the next image fast forwards. The boy is a young man now, dressed in modern clothes, totally absorbed in his own world. His mum is there in the background, but he doesn't even seem to notice her. You could feel the emotional distance growing, a silent gap forming between them. It's a scene so many of us can relate to, right? We get busy with our lives, our careers, our friends, and sometimes, without meaning to, we start to drift. The final image was the most powerful. It showed the mum, now much older, trying to talk to her son. You could see the love and concern in her eyes. But the son, he looked annoyed, frustrated. The small room they were in felt packed with unspoken tension. It was heartbreaking because it captured a moment where communication breaks down completely. The love is still there, buried under layers of misunderstanding and the pressures of daily life. These images tell a story that's happening in homes all around the world. It's a reminder of how precious our time with our parents is. As they age, they need our patience and understanding more than ever. They might repeat stories or struggle with new technology, but their advice and love come from a lifetime of experience. Let us not get so caught up in our own lives that we forget the people who gave us life. Let's bridge that gap, listen with an open heart, and cherish every moment. Call your parents, visit them, tell them you love them. Let's make sure our story doesn't end with regret, but with connection and gratitude. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one. The city lights blurred into a watercolor of sorrow as rain washed over the lonely streets. There he sat, a man who once had everything, now left with nothing but the cold, hard pavement beneath him. He was a son who had pushed his mother away in his pursuit of wealth and status. He remembered her warnings, her pleas to stay humble, to remember where he came from. He had called it old-fashioned nagging, a barrier to his grand ambitions. How ironic that his ambition had led him here, to this desolate corner, a king dethroned from a kingdom of his own making. His empire of glass and steel had shattered, and with it, his pride in his arrogance. He had forgotten the one person who loved him unconditionally. Her face, etched with worry yet always full of love, haunted his every waking moment. He had broken her heart, and in doing so, he had broken himself. The rain felt like tears from heaven, mourning the man he could have been, the son he should have been. Each drop was a reminder of her love, a love he had taken for granted and now desperately craved. Through the curtain of rain, he saw a silhouette huddled under a small awning. It was an old woman, her hands clasped in prayer, her lips moving silently. She looked frail, yet there was an undeniable strength in her posture. As he watched, a young man ran up to her, shielding her with a worn-out jacket, his face a mixture of concern and affection. The woman's eyes lit up, a universe of love shining in them as she looked at her son. In that moment, watching them, he saw a mirror of his own life, a reflection of what he had lost. He saw his own mother in that old woman's eyes, her unwavering faith, her endless prayers for his safety and happiness. He saw himself in that young man, the son he should have been, protective and present. The realization hit him like a physical blow, a wave of regret so powerful it stole his breath. He had been so blind, chasing shadows, while the real treasure, his mother's love, was waiting for him all along. He had to go back. He had to find her, to beg for her forgiveness, even if all he could offer now were his tears and a broken heart. He stood up, the rain still pouring, and took the first step on the long road back home. Have you ever wished you could turn back time just for one more conversation, one more chance to say, "I'm sorry" or "I love you"? This is the story of a son who learned that lesson the hard way. Imagine a room thick with a silence that's heavier than any sound. An old mother lies perfectly still, her face peaceful, as if she's finally asleep after a long, tiring journey. Beside her, her son weeps, his shoulders shaking with sobs that make no noise. The tears streaming down his face are not just of grief, but of a lifetime of regret. He remembers every harsh word, every moment of neglect. Every time he was too busy for the woman who had always had time for him. He had chased wealth, success, and the world's approval, leaving his mother in the quiet corners of his life. He thought he had all the time in the world, but time, like a silent judge, had delivered its final verdict. Destiny had a way of serving justice, not with a bang, but with a deafening, heartbreaking silence. He had gained the world, but in this silent room he realized he had lost his entire universe. Now, picture that same son, sitting alone in that same room, but it feels different. It's empty. The light is soft, filtering through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Each one, a ghost of a memory he can't hold. He's no longer crying, just hollow. He remembers her smile, the warmth of her hand, the stories she used to tell. He remembers how she would wait for him by the door, her eyes lighting up when he finally came home. And with each memory comes a wave of regret so deep it feels like drowning. He had built a fortress of wealth around himself, but now, in this empty room, he's the loneliest man in the world. He learned the hardest lesson of all. You can replace money, you can rebuild a career, but you can never, ever replace a mother's love. Don't wait until the room is empty to realize what truly matters. Cherish them, love them, and make time for them, because that time is the most precious thing you'll ever have. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, please like